The Penguin, episode 1. All right, let's talk about this. We're going to use my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get in any category. This is a great television show. I'm going to say many, many positive things, and this is going to get a very high rating. Before I actually break it down, though, I do have to say Penguin is my favorite Batman villain. I've loved him. I've dressed up as him. After I saw Batman Returns, I dressed up as him for Halloween. Burgess Meredith, of course, is like super ultra iconic. He's probably the best villain of the show. I personally love Mad Hatter, King Tut, Joker, Penguin, and Riddler. Those are kind of my favorites. Just because Mad Hatter is so goofy and King Tut is bonkers crazy. But Penguin is probably the best. I love Penguin growing up. I just thought he was a neat character. I realized that in Batman Returns, they went the animal route, right? So Catwoman's a cat, like licking herself, and Penguin is an actual penguin, like he's got the fused hands and which create like a fin-looking effect. He like just eats the raw fish that way. It's not exactly the penguin that we know from like cartoons and stuff like that. Bit of a different take, but I thought Danny DeVito did a good job. After that, we had the Gotham Penguin, and he was skinny. I thought that actor was a great actor. Like I'm like, wow, this guy's going to be a fantastic, young Penguin. And then they made him skinny, and he kind of had the nice clothes, and he had the umbrella, so he had sort of a good look for Penguin. But he was skinny, and I thought, well, that's not the Penguin. I just don't understand. The Batman comes out, and we have Colin Farrell, who is just like on fire. He's a great actor anyways. I loved Alexander. I know people didn't like that. I loved him in that. I think he's a fantastic actor. He's become this character. It's not the Penguin to me. He doesn't have like the monocle, the hat, the pointy nose. Really, his nose is a little bit, he's chubby and waddles, but that's it. He sometimes has an umbrella. Does wear purple a little bit in this, which is kind of neat. I don't know. It's not Penguin to me. Just like the Batman, that entire franchise to me, the Riddler is completely not the Riddler. He's literally a serial killer with like a weird garbage mask on or something, like a garbage bag mask, or it's just so stupid. He's like, okay, what is this? So none of these characters are the characters to me personally. That doesn't stop me from enjoying a well-written, well-acted television series that is somewhat, loosely Penguin-ish. So let me get to the review. I'm going to give the storyline a 2 out of 2. So initially I was toying between 1.5 and 2 out of 2 for the story, but I thought it over. I didn't immediately watch it and do a review. You can see I'm late on this one. I wanted to let it kind of like simmer in my mind a bit, and I really liked the story. I know a lot of people will just say, well, it's like a Sopranos or it's like a whatever. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. There's gangsters pictures. There's so many of them, right? Like Goodfellas is one of your top ones. Obviously, the Godfather series is like up there. Probably Godfather 2 would be your King of the Hill, and then you move down from there. I happen to like Casino, Scarface, I guess, if you count that as sort of one of these. So I don't know what to say. There's similarities with all of these things. Sopranos, I watched only the first 2 seasons of Sopranos, and I don't know, I kind of just fell out of it. So I don't know what to tell you. If someone is telling you, oh, I don't want, this is just the same as this, that, and the other, but they're all the same kind of thing, because that's just how, these guys operated. Like, this is just part of the genre. It's like saying, oh, I don't watch that slasher movie. All it is a guy with different weapons killing these idiots. It's like, yeah, but that's what it is. Like, that's what a slasher movie is. If you don't like slasher movies, then don't watch them. There's not too many people, that love Friday 13th Part 5, and then they hate, like, I don't know, they hate The Burning or something weird like that. It's like it's all part of the same, genre. So the story here is great with Penguin. This continues from the Batman movie. I did not know that going in. This actually continues from the movie. So you see the ramifications of, the Riddler and his and he wins at the end of that movie, which is so stupid, but he wins and everything's getting flooded. So this is the aftermath of that. So Falcone is gone. Obviously, his son is taken over. He insults the Penguin. Penguin shoots him because that guy was a punk. And I gotta tell you, we'll get to the character section, but you're definitely on Penguin's side because he's your in because he's your DC character that you care about. Even though he's a villain, you still like the Penguin because he's a Batman classic villain, top four guys, right? So you're with him immediately. Plus, he's from the other movie, and Colin Farrell's playing him well. So you're with Oswald, and they're calling him Oz, whatever. And they don't say Cobblepot either. Which that's another bullshit thing. Like, just call him Cobblepot. Like, what's the difference? I don't understand this crap. Anyway, sorry. Let me switch my brain back to it's a show, not the comic. Back to it's a show. Great. So he's killed this guy, and he's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? There's a witness. There's a bunch of these teen punk kids were trying to steal his car. They take off. He captures one of them. His name is Victor. This is great. He almost takes him under his wing, pun intended. And he's like, okay, you're going to be my driver. You're going to help me out. And you're like, oh, okay. I'm like, this is kind of cool. I don't know. It seemed pretty neat to me. Sophia Falcone comes back. She was in Arkham because she's psychotic, and you see why in this. And she's like, where's my brother? And that's the story. Oh, it's very, very good. And it does draw you in big time. For the pacing, I'll give it a 1.5. I mean, this first episode was an hour and 5 minutes. I can already tell just based on the Batman movie that this show, I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. Let's say it's 10 episodes. It probably could be half that. I can just tell this is the way that these guys operate. Why am I giving it a 1.5 out of 2? Well, I'm giving it that score because I personally was not bored at all during this 1 hour plus episode. It drew me in, and I thought it was pretty, not intense, but like interesting, and it kept my attention big time. So I can't objectively say that it couldn't have been shorter. Like, give me a break, right? All these shows now are so long, they could definitely be shorter. But man, I was into it. So there you go. The artistry, good. I'm going to give this a 1.5. I thought this was shot better and looked better than The Batman. The Batman was so dark. Obviously, the quality of the shots is not as good as The Batman, but The Batman was so dark that I would say like 40% of that movie you can't even see anything. And I have it on 4K. Don't spam me on these messages. I have this thing on 4K. I've watched it 3 times. I have the soundtrack. I have the making of book. I have the art book. I have all of the toys that came out with it, all of them, the Batmobile, all the little guys. I have all the toys. So don't start messing around. Oh, what are you talking about? I'm still giving this show looked good to me. Like the music, like the shots, the makeup effects are friggin' awesome on Penguin. So yeah, 1.5 for the artistry. This thing looks great. The characters, I'm gonna give the characters a 2 out of 2. Every character is really cool and very interesting. I like that kid. This kid Victor. All of a sudden, you're like, "Who's this kid?" He's just like this is like some punk kid. Now all of a sudden, he's leveling up as he goes. You're like, he was played really well because he was scared shitless. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm dead." And Penguin's like, "You are dead. You got one chance, buddy. You F this up, you're done." Okay, great. Sophia, bonkers, she's insane. You could just tell that she's going to be a fun character because she's just so insane. Oswald's mom, very cool, very interesting. She seems like, oh, she's all kind of nice, but then there's like this kind of like harshness to her. Is pretty cool. And Colin Farrell as Penguin is like on fire. I don't think he'll. Well, I used to say these guys won't win awards, but then Heath Ledger did win for the Joker, so it is a possibility that he can win an Emmy for the portrayal of the Penguin. I'm putting again quotes because it's really not the Penguin to me. That's just my personal opinion. But whatever this character is, Penguin adjacent, this character, he's playing him perfectly, and you are completely on his side. At least I am. And I know we're dealing with a lot of bad characters and bad people, not bad characters, bad people. So you can't pick a side, but you have to have a protagonist to follow. And Oswald is cool and interesting. I like the waddle. I like the foot is all mangled up. I like that he's thinking ahead. I don't know. The makeup looks good. Colin Farrell's just on fire in this role. He's making this show, and it's damn good. And the enjoyment factor is a 2 out of 2. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 on the first episode. Wow. Usually these types of shows usually get better. So hopefully we're going to be getting a lot of 10 out of 10s coming forward. I'm a bit surprised because I had zero interest in this because I'm a Penguin fan and I want the real Penguin. And when I don't see the real Penguin, or at least what I believe is the real Penguin, then I kind of shut down. The only reason I even bothered is that I have to watch anything Batman related. So I was like, let me watch the Penguin, and ended up really loving it. 9 out of 10. Wow, great show, guys. So definitely check it out. I don't know what the buzz is on this one. I think it's good. I think you're going to enjoy it. If you liked The Batman, which I felt was way too long, I think I gave that a 5 out of 10 or something, or maybe a 6 out of 10. That's a long movie where Batman loses in the end. That's the bottom line. I don't care what anyone says. You can make up your excuses of stuff. Batman lost, Riddler won, Batman's a dummy, he doesn't know a rat with wings is a bat. Come on, everyone knows that. Even the Penguin knows. The Penguin was the hero in that movie. He told Batman that clue. Anyways, loved the Penguin episode 1. Damn good television, guys. Really good. There's a lot of BS stuff in this Marvel crap. There's a lot of bad Disney Star Wars. This is a good one. So let's promote this one. You know what I mean? I didn't review some of these other shows because they're just like boring. This was actually good. So let's promote this one. If you guys like my content, please remember to like the video and subscribe. That's it. Until next time.